Okay, so I made a quick trip up to Kernville and Lake Isabella and thought I'd show you here real quick. This is Lake Isabella, and honestly it's been quite a while since I've been up there. I haven't seen it this full of water in a very long time. That's really good for Lake Isabella. In years past, when the drought was going on really bad, it was like a mud puddle. It didn't look anything like this. So I'm happy to see that the lake is doing really well. And boy, I'll tell you, there was a lot of traffic up there for the area. It was a lot of traffic. And it's looking really, really good. And as we're about to see, the river was running full and bank to bank, but we'll show that in a minute. So now I'm going to show you some footage of what to expect when you're driving into Kernville, the things that you want to look for so that you know whereabouts you are. So let's continue here and we'll drive into town. Here we are. Notice these buildings over here, and you're going to see these signs. And from right here at this spot, you are going to drive. You are going to drive exactly 22 minutes up this road. And you're going to notice, so I'm going to say from the mobile station, of which there's only one, of course. From the mobile station, you're going to drive 22 minutes straight ahead, and you will be at McNally's. So just to let you know, this road is identical to when I used to come up here as a teenager. It is like going back in time. It looked exactly like this. So you just keep going on the road, as I am now, and 22 minutes later you'll be at McNally's. McNally's will appear on your left, and it's going to be pretty obvious, but you'll recognize it because I shot video of it, and here it is now. Alright, so 22 minutes up the road, here we are. On the left is McNally's. And I was told that the restaurant is open 7 days a week right now. However, it's only open for dinner. So I think they open at 5. And depending on the day of the week, they stay open a little bit later. I think like in the middle of the week, they only stay open till 9 approximately, but probably Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday they stay open a little bit later, maybe till 10 or something. So here it is. It looks the way I remember it from being there many years ago. It looks really pretty much the same. It looked clean and everything. John, this is on Sunday, and John and Becky were gone for that morning. They go to church every Sunday. The market you just saw there for a second. The market is there, and there was a guy and his wife that were running it, and they were the only employees. There you see a guy walking out of the market. You can buy ice and various things like that. It's slowly getting restocked, and so that's available and that's open. And here we are looking at the actual restaurant itself, and I happen to notice this from 1971, etched into the concrete. So what we're now going to look at is the little sitting area right outside the main entrance. So there's the front and the main entrance, double door entrance of the restaurant, and there's the view if you were looking out towards the highway. There's the famous sign. And the restaurant's looking really nice from what I could see. I'll show you a few other little portions of it here. And there you go. Like if you walk in from the parking lot, this is the way you would walk in. And So they have this nice little sitting area out here. And I got to say, the temperature was really pleasant. It was about 72 degrees or so. Whereas in Ridgecrest, it was probably about mid-80s, getting close to 90 degrees. So this is where it all happens, is right here. And of course, like I say, it was closed. I was there right at noon, and they weren't open yet, so I couldn't take any shots inside. I know there's a bar area, and then the dining area wraps all around. And not that it matters, but that's fake, I don't know what they call it, but the fake lawn. So it's not super duper Bermuda like it might look like. Anyways, here's the store, the Fairview store. And like I say, it's basic. You can get cold drinks, ice, fishing tackle, snacks, stuff like that. So that's there. And then there's the famous McNally's hamburger stand, which is on the other side of the restaurant, which I'll show you here. The hamburger stand is not open. The way I understand it, there it is. The way I understand it is whatever steaks that they did not sell the night before, they just turn into hamburger. So I've heard that these hamburgers are really something. Now, that's the hamburger stand there. And to our left, we see a segment of the 6-room hotel, or motel, I should say. That's what that building is right there. And behind it is the Kern River. Okay, so we're back to the hamburger stand. Here's the menu in case you want to see it. Looks like they do serve breakfast, sandwiches, and so that gives you an idea of what you might pay for a hamburger there. I've heard they're really sensational. I don't think I've ever had one in all the years that it's been there. I don't believe I've ever done it yet. So I'm going to show you another little shot here. Here's what it looks like. And again, it's not open. I looked inside, and they still have a lot of work left to do in there to get it all organized and squared away and cleaned up. And looked like there's a little bit of repair work to be done inside there. So they're not ready to go on that yet. And there you see the hotel, the little 6-room hotel. Then right next to that is the restaurant, and then you go right next to that. That's where the market is. Real quick, I wanted to shoot a little bit of the Kern River itself. It's really nice to see that it's bank to bank. It's not a little stream or a mud puddle or anything. It is running quite well for this time in May. So that's looking really, really good. Us locals know, man, if, going into the summer, to see that much volume in the river, that's really, really good. Really, really, really good. And it's good, for the Kernville economy that river's looking like that, because it really draws a lot of people. A lot of people come up from Bakersfield. And, of course, a lot of people go from Ridgecrest, too. It's a great place to go for the weekend. So here we are. We're driving along, and we're entering back into town. Again, 20-minute drive from town to McNally's. And that's just driving at a very leisurely, comfortable speed. It's not going fast by any means. So here we are. We're coming into town. Now the mobile station is on our left. You got Fast Trip right there. You're going to go by a couple of streets here. And here we are in the upper part of Kernville. And we're looking for our big main turn, which is coming up. We're going to go past Kern Lodge, and we go past this building here. And here it is. It's got a big right turn lane for your convenience. And when we make this turn, we're now going to be on the main street of Kernville. And by the way, just pointing it out, immediately right now, right there, that's Pizza Barn. And all of Ariel friends, or many of them, worked there. And it is an amazing pizza place. It's really, really good. And there was no parking when I went by. It was so busy. And it's always been that way. It's just fantastic. So here we are on the bridge. We're going to make a left turn just like that car did in front of us. And this is where you would turn to go to the famous Kernville Park. You're looking at the main center section of Kernville. Now we've turned. And I'm going to park, and you can see this hotel here. I'm going to park right near the office. You go past this driveway. And you come up here and you turn left into here, and it is the Kernville Inn. Very famous place. And it's been here a long, long time, and it's pretty cool. I've never stayed here, but, it's a very quiet, peaceful place, park-like setting, right here, centrally located. If you're staying here, you don't have to drive anywhere because everything is right here. So Kernville Inn. The sign said no vacancy, but I'm sure probably if you were to call ahead and get something maybe arranged now, you probably I'm assuming not have any problem. There are other places to stay. It's just this is like a really convenient location. And the park is right across, as I'll show you here in a second, right across the street from it. So it's a very nice place. Real tall pine trees. It's been here for a long time. Ever since I can remember, it's been there. And it's always looked really well maintained. It's always looked really good. Here we're looking right across the street, and this is the main part of town. There's another little park right there. There's little shops over there. There's little places to eat all through here. All just right across the street. You can just walk right to it. So it's a very, very pleasant place to stay, and you're right in the heart of Kernville. So what we'll do now is we'll take a look at the park real quick. I'll walk in the direction over here of the park. And by the way, there's these premium rooms that we're about to see here. In fact, I'll just speed this up. So, here we are. Just fast forward it a little bit. And these rooms here are part of the hotel too, and they face the park and the river, which is right across the street, right over there. So, anyway, really nice place. There's the bridge, and when it's time to go home, you just go right back over the bridge, take a right turn, and you're on the highway, and you go down to Highway 14, an hour and 15 minutes away. But here's the park real quick. It's really been upgraded since I've seen it last, which is many years ago. They put in all the sidewalk stuff, and a pretty active place on the weekend. I see these guys have some dogs. A little more interesting than just looking at, people sitting on a park bench. Since they were there, I just took that little shot real quick. Here's the river. Again, that's really, really good water volume right there. For us guys that have seen the river many times, boy, sometimes it's really not moving like this. This is very good for mid May. And I see we have some guys here. This goes on all weekend. And it looks like they're having a good time. Water's really nice. I don't know how far they go down. You can go all the way down to the lake. It's not that far from here. So, anyways, it's pretty cool. Really nice, clean water. It's not muddy or dirty or anything. It's really nice. And it's pretty cool. Pretty nice. Again, really nice weather on the day I was here, which was Sunday. And this, by the way, is the area underneath the bridge, and that's where these, when Ariel was doing the river rafting, this is where they stop. I believe they start somewhere above McNally's, and this is where they stop. And that's the job that Ariel did, as we can see these guys doing here. And by the way, you can notice right across the river, right there's a trailer park, and that was where Ariel first lived when she moved over there with Amy and Pops. that's where they were living until they found a house to rent. So anyways, this concludes our little day trip. So you know where the hotel is. If you choose to stay at that particular hotel, you know where it is. Here's the bridge. We know that you've got an idea what McNally's looks like and what the area looks like. It's a pretty cool little town. And nice weather. I'll say that for it. Really nice. So anyways, we'll see you guys on June 2nd. And we will catch you later. So I will sign off right here. Take care, guys.